Well, welcome to episode 30 of FPL Top Dogs. Ballyhaunis. I'm the guru here to take you through all the action in game week 34. And yeah, basically the crux of the whole thing is 200,000 down, big rank change, out to 1.2 million or so now. And I expected, over the last couple of game weeks with all the bench boost and the wild card and the free hit, that's not actually, it's not bad for someone who like me who just had the triple captain to play to try to mitigate things. Was Haaland just getting the odd goal in each game, against Burnley, that was devastating. You know, I don't know how many he had. Look, it's no point in going into it anyway. I don't watch football anymore, to be honest with you. I don't even enjoy watching it. It's kind of a complete waste of time at this stage. A waste of 90 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, going to the pub, having a few jars, wasting the money doing that, wasting the money the whole lot. And it's just a letdown from game week to game week. It really is. Um, and this season has just been absolutely endemic of boring nil-nils to half time, and nothing happens until something happens, and it's just um we're waiting for someone to do something, and both are waiting, and it's hardly one good game all year I can remember at all that was enjoyable and end to end. I can't think of anything really. I suppose there is, but um, that's the way FPL has gone, guys. And you need to be a massively boring manager. You cannot play FPL fantasy manager for your own self-centered or self-gratifying wants or needs. For instance, I'm going to pick three United: Bruno, Fernandez, Mbeumo, and Cunha, and I'm going to hopefully we get the win against Brentford at home. Let's go all in, and I expect to be 2 or 3 nil, maybe 3-1 to United, and I'll get it'll be amazing. I'll watch the game, and yeah, we'll get all. That's what FPL used to be years ago. You could do this. The game was far more attacking. There was less reason to be ruling out goals. There was no VAR. There was no. It was basically amazing, pure game of football. And yes, you did have the arguments at the end. Until match the day came on, nobody was moaning, and then everybody moaned on the Sunday, and then the hullabaloo would calm down then by the next midweek where there's Europe or whatever, and it's just like that was part of the enjoyment of the whole game, really. And now what we have is just something that's cleansed, sterile of emotion. You can't celebrate, and I don't enjoy it. I going to Tottenham. Yeah, what did I do? I went to the Brighton game. That was the last game I was at. 2-1, and it's yeah, they're unlucky in the end. Spurs, the 2-2, and it's just just there's nothing. I do go and watch football, but mainly live. It's nearly a waste of time. If it's on TV or the FA Cup or something, I might throw it on and have a look. Um, but yeah, what I'm saying is that there's no room for self-indulgence in FPL anymore, guys. Yeah, there's no room. And you need to be a manager like Andy from Let's Talk Football or FPL, right? You have to. He takes so much of the emotion and the, not the love, because he loves owning Bruno. He liked having the punt on Maguire and have one or two for. He's a bit sentimental, but it's very rare. That's the only crack he might have. But you cannot be sentimental. You can't be self-indulgent. And managers like me who like to have a punt and have a crack and play FPL, we're playing FPL really for us, our enjoyment, our sake, really. So um yeah, so you got to pick the Andersons, the Elliot Andersons, and Joachim Anderson. You have to pick all these boring picks. Well, there's no guarantee that next season will be a complete bore fest. But if you look at the whole scenario, the landscape, Palmer's gone off a cliff. Foden never plays. He doesn't. He's never getting a run of games. He's not coming off the bench even in the FA Cup semi. And Salah's gone now. Kane's gone. Son's gone. All the exciting picks gone. Um, really, Mbeumo, Cunha. What happened to Cunha there? Nobody knows. No sign of Cunha. Um, yeah, Mbeumo's been underwhelming now. I am completely shocked where United are in that league table. And that's why for me Bruno Fernandes is stand down, leading player of the season. If he doesn't get it, then if Haaland gets it after all them blanks, and he goes off the boil in February. The February international breaks, he scores. He does well for Norway. But through all that, he had 1 goal in 10 games. It's just not good enough. Bruno consistency going for the overall record. Kevin De Bruyne, I think, has it. I think he's only one off. And so he deserves it. I hope he gets the recognition, but it's United and not everyone will be. But he probably win the professional writers or player of the year, but we'll see about the writers. But I'm looking forward to next season. And next season, this okay. I said this last season. I did the bench boost after the game week on game week 1 because you've got an opportunity to get your dogs in. It's a bit risky because you need to make sure you play, the squad and the players are going to be in. Little bit, but I did want to kind of get a bit ahead of Andy and from Let's Talk. And if he does when he does his wild card before game week 19, so whenever he does it, I wild card at the same time and go into his team. No, but this year I did kind of use the chips pretty quick and kind of okay, but it all evens itself out really. And I don't like the double, triple chips that we have, the 3 chips. I hate it. It's absolutely, it's a complete. It's like okay, what you get 2 chips, 2 sets, either side of 19, and it's just like, oh, I don't know really. It's just for the casuals to kind of stick on and just like, oh Lula, they get off to a great start, and then we're all struggling and catching up, and then we all have to pray that they go away and don't realize what they've done, and and but when they do, there's going to be hard shift. So I'm hoping is I really have no enthusiasm, and I really don't care what I'm from next season onwards. I'm playing FPL to take the piss out of it and to do a 2 finger job to everyone, and have a Harry rank every year, FPL Harry. Have all this, right? Yeah, yeah, I'm a top 50 player every year because that's all that seems to matter anymore. That's all that it doesn't matter how you've done it, where you've come from, who gives a feck. If you look at Gary from the podcast, he's running around and I'm so happy, man. I got a great idea. I don't know what is it, 120 whatever thousand. But he's using FPL picks or whatever, and the Solio or whatever that I don't know is using also. He has no problem at all. He can justify that to himself. He's not had no guilt or no whatsoever himself. He's been called out as well by FPL unit. That they all know what he's at, and he's able. He can justify as long as he can justify it to himself. He's happy. He's fine. I'll just get the rank. So if that's the way everyone wants to do it and go, well then I'll do it and I'll just write it off as a, okay. And that's what I mean. Just take the myth. So get the bench boost done in game week 1. Get a little run up on Andy, even if it's look 5 points. I'd rather have a run up of 25 points. I'd rather have 50 on Andy by the time he does his first wild card before game week 19. I'm hoping he wild cards after, so game week 6. So like he did similarly enough last year. People do like doing a wild card in and around after the second international or maybe the third international break in game week 19. Normally people like to do it right there so you can catch price rises. Well, I think the second game week definitely of the international break, whenever it is October, or there's one in September, October, November possibly. I don't know, but there's three there, so that's you can catch some price rises, make a bit of money, and I'll watch what Andy from Let's Talk does. Wildcard, and I won't wildcard into his team unless I'm ahead of him by a little bit, and then it's just sitting on your hands for the rest of the season. All you do is copy paste. Now I am worried, of course. Andy's going to get a top. He could get a top 100 player ranked this season. He's made great strides. He must be on, I think, about 70 now at this stage. An amazing free hit. Bowen was in there, and Paro in the main, and he had double Arsenal defense. I'm just bored of the whole thing. I go triple Arsenal. Make a rule where you can pick all 11 players from the same team, or make a rule where you can actually have six defenders. Next season, if I do go rogue and I don't do an Andy thing, I'm picking five defenders all season. There's no point having midfielders and two strikers, Haaland and Bowen, Gabriel, Van Dijk, maybe Paro, but he won't be. He might be in the championship. So Gabriel, Timbers, Raya, that's the three sorted there. To another three defenders, Van Dijk, Munoz, and take your pick from the other who else is there? O'Reilly, if he's still a defender. He'll probably be a midfielder next season anyway. But a City defender anyway. Well, whatever. You can five defenders is standard now next season because of the DEFCON, and everybody knows it. Elliot Anderson is a complete definite. You have to have him in the team. Could it be, well, Foden's worth 8.5 million, but Elliot Anderson's worth 9. He mightn't go to 9, but he definitely should be a strong 8. And Joachim Anderson's going to be, Joachim Anderson should be in the 5. Yes, Joachim Anderson, Gabriel, Timbers, Raya, Van Dijk, and Guardiola or something, whatever. You kind of a bit of variation. Look, everybody likes to have that Newcastle defender, I suppose. Burn, you can rotate, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's it's just like I suppose I'm salty and a bit bitter about the whole thing. I admit it, but I don't care anymore. I'm going to probably finish another outside 1 million rank. So next season, I'm only playing just for the two finger job over everybody, and I don't care because there's no rule in the game. So basically, if I was Andy from Let's Talk, I would be saying next season you're all going to have to pay a minimum of $4.99 so that you can get access as a member to my deadline stream. That means that people there'll be no more people free riding all the way. Now they'll all have to kind of sit down together like Harry, The Wire, Praz. All these people have to sit down and start, well, if you're going to do it, we'll all do it. And do some, and that's how the cartel has been in existence, in theory, but eventually they will be the cartel and they'll take over the whole thing. So you'll have to end up paying. Now I don't mind because you have to make a living. It's already starting to happen with Ross, the Raptor FPL. He's already charging specific amount of money for. You can pay him $2.99 or $1.99 for a standard. But to get access to his member streams, you have to, bump up to the $4.99 or whatever it is. I see what's going on, and so they're going to. There's no point having 500,000 subscribers. Andy knows this. There's no point having 500,000 when about 95% of them will never pay any money, never do. It's like, what are you doing it for? We're going to get to a crescendo in FPL. Where now, if you want me and you want that rank and you want that top 1,000, or you want it, you've been a million for the last 5 years like me, or pay your money. And the same thing with The other you pay in content, Scout and all these you do. There's lots of tools that you pay money in, and you get access to one or two tools. But oh man, it's just shocking the way the whole thing's gone, man. The stats of it. Um, I won't be using any stats, and I won't be. I just be going by just like another two fingers to everybody that uses stats and all this bull, and they can go and do it, and then they can moan at the end when they're no good or they've done nothing. Carry on. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna let Andy, Harry, Ross, and Praz do all that bull, and I'll just copy them and do what everyone else is doing. I'm going to be a casual. I'm going to be the worst kind of a casual you ever get. An angry casual that's there just to. I have to keep patient, so I'm already prepping my head about keeping patience. Don't go off the line. Last season, unfortunately, I went off the agenda, and I ended up getting in behind Andy, and I just let it go. It's very risky, and I'm we'll just see anyway. That's that. I know it. I know there's no. I know it's disgusting. But I just don't want any of the worry, or I don't want any more of the stress, and I don't really care because I think it's really worth your time to just blame whoever you copy. Oh, he's not, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, just do that sort of job. Yeah. That Andy, yeah, he got us all picking Salavazai, or he got us all picking this. Oh, yeah. Well, you can have it. Now that's a proper good rant, but I'm already thinking about next season, and that's the way I'm going to play it. Um, it would be probably just. It probably wouldn't be advisable just to rock up, do your own thing, and try and fluke something for 6 game weeks against the template when they're all on the template. Whatever there will be some sort of a template. But next season, who are we going to pick? Will Harry Wilson will probably be on the move. Gordon from Newcastle will probably be on the move. He probably won't get a game at Liverpool or wherever he goes. It's going to be a lot of moving. Thiago mightn't stay at Brentford. Who knows? God, he can't finish his dinner. I was waiting for that guy. Like I had him there last night. Here you go, and he gets one fucking point, guys. I'm disgusted and I'm shocked. And then Dango, he got his booking, didn't he? Well done. 1 point in Keller, three from the Muppets. Four going into that match, and it's just complete baloney. And then, of course, Bruno gets booked as well, and nothing. So he got his assist in two, so he got 10. Whoopie do. So, and everyone has him captained. So yeah, that's the story. Solanke going off injured. Xavi Simmons is off injured. So all those dudes will be able to get rid of Solanke because he was only a free hit, but I got rid of him. So I got rid of him for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I know that's crazy, but I'm going to captain Lewin against Burnley. He probably blank and get subbed off or injured or whatever. I don't know. I expect the way my season is that I'm just going to get screwed. I took the -8, so it was a 38, and it was a 200,000 red arrow. So well done. And I'm just going to face the facts that people like me, and I've never done it, but next year, if I can keep the patience and do a sly thing on Andy and get a few above him, and then wildcard into him, and then just pick the same team. Now, of course, if he's any brains at all, he would do the subscriber model, and he'd say you have to pay £10 a week to get access to my knee jerk and my deadline stream. Sorry, and you can do that. So we're just waiting. Because that theory will go out the window. But I wouldn't pay it anyway. I would never be paying it. But it's only a matter of the time, guys. It really is. It's going to be like a Jeff Stelling thing on Sky Sports on the Saturday, like when he goes, it'll never be the same. And he will go. He has to go, man. He's got to take advantage of this money. There's money out there to be made. And these guys, as I aforementioned, they can make proper good money for the next few years. And they have their odd leak here and there, and they know the people who to trust. On Twitter, we're not 100% sure who we can trust, but they know the guys. And Andy admitted this season in the stream that he does get offered um pay for leaks information. So corruption does go on in this bowl. And it does. People know things and people are close to the scenes and they can read the tea leaves. It could be the groundskeeper, it could be anybody there. It could be the tea lady, it could be Pep himself. I don't know. Um So that's for this next game week. So I'm gonna roll and I'm gonna leave it at there and I'm just gonna 1.1295 million. Okay, I'll take it. But it is a shocking rank, completely shocking. But I'll take it as I said because of the chips. The chips that most people have used all their chips now at this stage, apart from those that are going to wild card whatever they have in 35, and then I think we know now at this stage. Sorry, suffering from that hay fever. I had a bad, I feel very drowsy, man. I think I can't stay on here forever. Um, yeah, need water. Um, yeah, yeah, I lost the train of my thought anyway. So yeah, I go for Calvert-Lewin there just for the crack. So yeah, there'll be triple captainers anyway for game week 36, and now we know for sure that it's going to be City and Palace that will be Dublin. So I'm just going to roll, have two transfers, get two Palace in, whatever it is. I'm not going to do any rocket science. It's just going to be straightforward. Probably Munez. Can we really trust the Palace team sheet? Because the fact that they're still in Europe, they're going to rotate. So it could be a real, you know, pig's ear job with Palace. So I'm not 100% sure. I've got my three City in place anyway. Semenyo didn't play in the cup semi-final against Southampton, so he should be good to go for 35 at least. So the game hasn't come up. So that will be Man City and Bradford, and they'll have Palace. And Palace's other double will be so Everton is home. Uh, Palace. I wouldn't, with City away or whatever it is. Um, they should be in theory on the beach in the Prem anyway because they're going for a conference. So and they've got a good chance they're favourites to win it. So there's I'm not sure. I have to be very. You want to be very careful who you pick anyway because Sar's minutes are being managed. So is Mateta's. Strand Larsson's always there. Um, Munez is so important that I don't know how they can risk him, but he is integral to that dude. Probably wants to leave and do an Ange Posta Tog Coglu anyway. Glasner, he probably wants to do that at Palace, clear off his stock has risen, and he'll go off to better pastures new with him and his system. It could be something to do with the system that Glasner uses and Iraola uses. Um, and Amarin with the system that they use. And this, what is it? It's not the three centre back one, is it? 4-2-3-1 or whatever. It's a very defensive minded system, and it's probably been a big root and terrible cause for why this season has just been a complete drab and just dross from the whole start to the finish. So 35, Man United and Liverpool. That should be a humdinger. I think United will edge that 3-2. Should be good. And look, don't really want to be bothered too much in that. You'll know yourselves, guys. So I'll go with that and leave it at that. Um, let's have a look at the top now. At the top of the Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League, we have Neil Lacers Carney, who's flying and flying and flying. And I don't give a country fig really. I look, of course, like Stevie Stretch, he's been a great protagonist and he's come fourth and third and never, I don't think he ever came second, but he's always been in around that three and four. And yeah, it's very, very, it's very frustrating if he loses out again. But I'm really happy for Neil Acers Carney because of the other year he finished second to Joey. That was last year, and I can't believe it, but he seems to have learned so much. And also with the stock he's in there, Ja winning the Christy Nick a couple of years back, and the Crumpet Carney, and Huey as well. And there's so many of them. They're all got their own individual play and likes, and they don't. You know yourself that the lads they do talk about it, but none of them want to do what the other one's doing. So when you have a carney, it's like you have to. One of them will beat you, you know. Like we're four pool players, and if you want to come, you have to go through all of us to actually stay on. And you might be one carney, you might be two, but you're not going to be three or four in a row. There's just too many of them, and that's the thing in the Christie. They're all in it, and they're all in the top 20. It's amazing stuff, man. And seriously, the Carney Mafia down in Bracklow, man. Very proud of up the black and red. I love it anyway, guys. And I hope there's no celebrations yet because, okay, 25, the 36-point lead with four. There's a 4 game week, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So, yeah, there's 4 game weeks left. And he's 36 points ahead of David Quiet Fellow MacNamara. The quiet fellow, I say, like you would not know. Very quiet guy, and I don't see him downtown. Basically, that's all. Like I'm sure he does. He must go out somewhere else. But Dave is another one I love so much from all those years in the Christy Nick guys. He has been there always. Great player. He's having an amazing season. So the three of them here, anyway, they're great player. Like also 7 points between Stevie Nolan now and Dave. And these three ahead, the good little gap to Joey there. Now Joey is going to find that 33 points nearly impossible to bridge back to getting even in the top three. Will he hold on to fourth for the Kirklap Memorial Cup? But Huey Carney is right there, and they're stacking up there behind Joey to get that fourth place and the fourth cup, which is the Kirklap Memorial Cup. So it's very, very difficult. Neil Carney played his free hits, so Dave McNamara still has a couple of chips now. Neil is all out, and it looks like to me now, I think Dave is the most important one to look at now at the minute because 26 points down is surmountable. That's a surmountable lead. So it looks like it's going to be a wild card in 35. We'll just set himself up for the double in 36, and then he's got a triple. So I think that's what he can do. He can do his wild card in 35 this game week, and then he can triple captain whoever he likes. Like I know the Haaland thing, it's probably a no-brainer, but the fact that he's only 26 down, he could make up that 20 points easily if Haaland bangs. I'm a bit apathetic with Haaland, especially at the close of seasons. He seems to go off the boil. He's only slightly just brimming a bit. The second half of the season has been appalling for Haaland at all. I know he's done okay for Norway and Champions League a little bit, but he's been just. I don't like the price point going in with Haaland. The only problem with him is that he can destroy you in 1 game week, and it's the fear of not having him. And this season, I've not had him. I'll toss it all up, but I've hardly had Haaland all season. Barely 10 games. I think I've only had Haaland. Um, well, after 14, 15, I suppose. I suppose is more correct. Um, yeah, so I think so he's got Haaland and O'Reilly. He doesn't have a lot. That's actually a very, very good team in a way going forward in theory. Because he's okay, he's got one free hit. If he rolls, he'll have two. He'll have two transfers to get in at whoever he wants for maybe two Palace or do you know what? Looking at that team now, it's not there's no emergency really for I suppose. Get rid of Dango, get rid of Gravenberch. Wilson's gone off the boil, he's done. Thiago is only fluking hauls now at this stage. Seriously. Kanate again, would you rather like Van Dijk in there? He's no substitute for Van Dijk. Yeah, actually I think this is a wild card team. Yeah, you want to sort this out badly and get your third City in as well. Fiddle around with the money in 35 and then triple captain the 36. And that could actually guarantee him the Christy Nick. Seriously, man. That's an avenue, really is. So no, no, I just have to have a quick look at Neil Lacers. He's done his free hit. It's a very good 63. You see, he'd gone with the Casemiro. He's had him in for a while, so Neil has been destroying them. Casemiro, we're out now. Everyone else having Casemiro. That's the issue. And Neil Carney has been a noble man to have his Casemiro and a pear tree there. And he's loving it. I love all the picks. Master Panos has been oogled. He's had a great season. I think he came up with a goal as well. So he's rocketed up to say all these are foreign players now. Everyone is wanting to get Rice back in now. Bowen's fine. Salah now, a big letdown. I'm not sure. He'll have to hang his cross on Salah there now, and he's no Haaland. So I think he'll have all these guys back. So this is a free hit. He's done really well, and he'll get. I'll have to actually go back into who he will have in the other season. But I think this Christie isn't done yet. Looking at Stevie, he's got a triple captain left, so he'll just be waiting for game week 36. Throws on someone at City, but like it's a risk reward. I know Stevie was a gambler, like, and he went all out for Sunderland at home to Forest, and absolute 5-0 has kind of done him. Imagine that free hit now. He has the triple Arsenal defense, which was a winner, so it's kind of here and there. Should have been a lot better from Sasko on the bench. See, the thing is, right? I know it's a free hit, but I'd never have so much money on the bench. Now I know he probably wants to play Cunha, and someone's come on there for him. But I know he had the three Sunderland dudes starting, so he must have been willing to put Sesko and Anderson on the bench, and that's crazy. I'd be playing them. Um, I like to make sure that if I'm playing, if I'm on the bench, I just don't want to be having mass. Now I've got Kieran Dewsbury Hall on the bench and a few other. I don't mind this because I got no outs, no chips, very little. I have to mess about, and I had so I had Everton sneaking them in because they were playing in game week 34, and that's why I've ended up kind of where I am, but. It's just such a waste. Why get Sesko in or Anderson when you're not going to play him? It's just okay. And Salah's there's no Haaland in here as well, I suppose. And Haaland did. I think did he score? Did he? No, he didn't. So it's a free hit. So he get Haaland, and he'll probably have the team he had before in, and it's fine. But I just don't like that free hit really in regard to. I would have had more. I would have had more in the. I definitely would have had more money in the defense there. I wouldn't go all out on this farce. And I did say it was risky to him before the deadline, but he says you got to take. And it's just like taking these risks. It's just such a massive risk to take with all 5 game weeks left. And, you can lose the head. There's no point. It's just keep calm. It was a calculated risk. Can he come back? It's going to be tricky. Triple captain, but I think everyone's going to. I think Dave McNamara is in the best position here, believe it or not. Seriously, I can't believe it, man. Yeah, seriously. Um, so Joey, I'm not going to go into these teams so much now. Joey's Joey. So guys, just make sure you finish above Joe, please. Um, Hughie Carney is keeping everybody honest and love the team, love Dewsbury Hall in there. Royf, okay, he was the darling player up until Forrest took him out. Watkins really underwhelming with Rogers. I finally got stung again with Rogers. These guys, they miss so many chances. They get in so many positions. They don't turn up. They're not on penalties. Um, we're like I'm talking about Morgan Rogers, and if you watch them play, they're always in these amazing positions, but they never finish their chances. And this is just epidemic with the whole league. Is there's so many just complete like Thiago with 21 goals. It's just all the penalty. Tottenham have not had the penalty all season, and how many have Brentford had? They've had about 10. Uh, it's just a complete joke. It's a freak of a season, man. Where trying to be open and I think Spurs were trying to play the way they always played, but they couldn't anymore because they had no creativity. They had no Madison, no Kulusevski, no Son, no Kane went the season before, and then to soften the blow, then Mohamed Kudus goes out for the rest of the season. Romero's out for the season. His odd goals that Spurs were getting from the back and doing bicycle kicks and the whole lot, all out the window. So it's just been a complete freak season, and all the premium assets above 8 million have been a complete farce and joke. Um, yeah, it is frustrating. It's a complete bore, and I'm telling you, next season I can't wait for next season. Um, I'm just gonna have to just keep writing down. Do not take any chances. Copy this, copy that. Just don't guess. So you need to kind of take um, you need to kind of take the what's the right word? This sort of constant sort of obsession with messing around with your team, being on you really don't need to know any team news, no nothing. All you need is 10 minutes before the deadline. Tune into Andy. Everything else is moot. If you listen to too much content or watch too much content, then other people's ideas come into your head. You question everything, and then you end up on the wrong player. You were never going on him, and the other one does well. That's all it is. So the less you know in FPL, the better. All you need to know is that 10 minutes. Everybody at the moment now, the information is free. You can get the free information, but I'm telling you, and next year, the year after, definitely 3 year guys, you're going to have to be paying proper money, man. I wouldn't mind, but who, the overall is just unless it was some sort of competition, right, where the bottom 500,000 people in the world will say you all have to have an FPL team. Even women have to have an FPL team, right? And you have 1 billion people in the world, and they all have to have an FPL team, right? And the bottom 500,000 have to be, well, you get your marching orders, you get the injection, whatever, I don't know, and you're done. But the rest of you are safe as long as you finish in the top 95%. If you finish in the 5%, there's nothing like that going on in FPL. It's all bloody hocus pocus. There's nothing in it. It's all psychological. It's all brain rotting in all of us. And I'm breaking free from that bull. I'm breaking free, folks. I had the nervous breakdown in this game in game week 20. I said I'm deleting the whole thing, but then I decided just to play all my chips. I got on a fairly good run. I got out of the 3 million rank, and I'm semi-half in a good half decent position just to get a top mill. But there's nothing like this sort of mortality thing. There is a movie with Logan Paul, and I can't remember the name, but it's called the clearing or the reaping or something like that, right? And it was it was a lot to do with school scores. And if in your school, if you got a certain low score, you were going and you were gone, and your parents just accepted it. And then you've I'm going to have to go into the clearing or the reaping, whatever it's called, and that's them gone. Well, actually, what happened to them is that they were taken away and they started making iPhones and products, and they were never seen. They were basically in a prison on the ground, and that's where Logan Paul went there, and he fought his way out. I never saw the sequel to that where they crashed in the prison van or and they escaped. I haven't seen the second film. I don't know if it's even been made yet, but there's nothing like that in FPL, guys. There's just at the moment, with the chances of winning the lottery is something like about I don't know, is it 370 million to one or something, whatever. I'm only throwing out a number. In FPL, it's like 13.5 million to one. So it's pretty much likely that you will never win FPL, guys. You've only got so many years to live. I'm 51. I'd be happy to have 20 years where I'm semi, Delali. So, you just have to be realistic. As you guys are in your 20s, or Neil Lacers Carney here. He could end up winning this Christy, and that's it. That he's got his legacy. Jack Carney's got his legacy. Parker Ann's got his legacy. I got my legacy. Joey Neenan's got his legacy for sure. Triple time winner. Christy Kilcore's got a legacy. Duncan Hannon. They've all got their legacy. They've all done it. And we know how it feels to win it and to get through it. And I'm just happy there'll be hopefully a first time winner out of these three. Is there an outside chance that Huey can get crash? It's unlikely because look at the difference there, 72 or odd, and that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But Huey's had a great season, and he should be getting a hat. Connor Freely's had another brilliant season. He's done his free hit. 56 is phenomenal. He went with the Bruno, and everyone had Paro. And he had the triple Arsenal defence. No doubt, absolutely no doubt there. And a few outside picks like Ndai and Wilson, just in case they bang. But nothing's banging this year, and Thiago was no differential whatsoever. It's very frustrating with that. And he had Thiago on a free pick as well, Connor. It was kind of I can see where you're coming from. Thiago was a differential to those on free hit. Most people would have stuck with Haaland, but no, he wasn't playing. City weren't playing. Yeah, Brighton weren't playing. Bournemouth weren't playing. Burnley weren't playing. Chelsea weren't playing. So, yeah, but I'm sure other people had Leeds weren't playing, but I'm sure I did see the other option. There's people had that were going on. So Owen Cagnon, a free hit there, 63, very good, top 300k. Fergie Walsh in eighth with a Salah captaincy, unlucky. 63 after all that, and the Salah masterclass against Crystal Palace, like he always gets. I don't know what it is about Crystal Palace, but I think the Palace were the team where Liverpool bet 9-0 or something at Anfield, and Salah didn't get a goal or assist that day. I think it was that day. And it's something to do, something people always say, it can't be, there's no such thing, but it is. Salah against Palace, rubbish. And we won't be seeing, we'll see in the end of Salah this season, so go to America or some MLS team. So Fergie, great guns Walsh, good free hit though, but I suppose it was worth a punt, old time's sake, but I wouldn't be going near Salah now after that. Not even in the last game of the season. Pa Kiley's done his wild card, 71, brilliant scores, flew him up the table. He was around where I was, but now he's ninth. He was about 18th and he's crept his way up, and it's just too many good decisions, and that's what Kieran Kiley, sorry, Kieran. Well, where's Kieran? No, Kieran's just above me, so he's still there flicking around, 38. He's in my world. Pa Carney's the man. His brother Pa just Brilliant season, 350k. Mavropanos, form player. So no more sort of class. It's all about form and whether they're doing it. And Bowen's doing it. Mavropanos is doing it. All these players now, because there's only 4 game weeks, and they might roll to the end of the season with that form. So 71, Bruno, captain, Gabriel, Rea, fair enough. Virgil must have got the DEFCON. Sar's got a little bit there, 5 points. Poro and Dewsbury Hall. That's come in. Great 71. And going forward, he's got all his City ready to go on the bench. Very good wild card. I think it was worth having a crack at that, and it definitely worked. That's a win. Well done, Pat. That's good. Good, lovely hurling, my old son. Oh, with Shirksey, O'Reilly, and Haaland, the right three, I think, to have for City going forward. So Pat's only going to be looking onwards and upwards. A little bit too far back. 209. Yeah, he could squeak into a top four, definitely. Still there. He's still got 2 chips left. Triple captain. These guys have been incredible. Seriously, how are you getting to this game, this day of the season, with all these chips intact and absolutely just coasting by as if up in the top 10, top 20 all season and just chilling with all these chips left? It's unreal, like this quality. It's so unreal that the likes of Roy Harford, yeah, he did win the Christie as well. The mission, we call him, after Mission Impossible, after denying Joy the treble, and Joy had to wait a couple of more years to get it. But 42, and it's just very hard. There's too many in front of Rory. Just proper players here now. And these guys won't go away. And shout out to Owen Cunyon here, 63 free hits. So he's in the running as well. Still got a chip left in regard to a bench boost. That'll be handy for 36. Yeah, and in 36, I don't know what his team is because he's free hit, so we'll leave that till next week. So Jack Maloney, 47, good. He's in the top 12. John C. Halpin, 13 to 55. Park Ruan, 868k. Only a 22 this week. That was a big drop. And 15th is himself, the Crumpet, on 63 with a free hit. So from 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th, these guys, including myself, will be playing in the Underdogs League next season because I'm going to do the league format. Wake up, camera. Wake up. Wake up. So it looks like, yeah, so tight there. Look at that. There's only like 7 points between me and 18th and Duncan Hannon and there, and all these guys have got chips left. So I expect I'll be flying down here, in and around where the Mave is, 1.6 million. I expect they're completely bothered. Really, it's just been a joke. I think that the indictment of me here is that I've took it so serious, and I've been really like, I'd be listening to FPL content all the time. I've been seeing how everyone else is doing. I have my favorite influencers as well. And during the day, you'd be listening to pods while you're working and here and that. I didn't listen to one pod. I've just totally disengaged with all the pods. I don't care anymore. I'm not listening to any of them anymore. And I'm waiting until next season. We'll start again next season. So that's about that. We can leave it kind of there in the way. So anyway, it's good. The first league, the Top Dogs League, will be consisting of 20 players. So I'll be looking at the Underdogs League. So after game week 38, everyone, their overall rank will be used to decide what position they are in their leagues. So it's going to be quite straightforward. And so once I take the snapshot in game week 38, I'll be able to see who's got promoted. So 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th will get promoted this year into the Top Dogs League. So the people that have a chance at the moment is Adam Hickey, Duncan Hannon, Owen Collins, the Maeve, and Tommy Cunyon. At the moment, they're looking to go up into the Top Dogs League. At the moment, myself, team, like a Division One, like in the old. So you go then by 40, so 40th place. So whoever in this top four, like Gary Higgins, 40th, Patrick Caulfield, 41, Derek Kilkenny, 42, Luke Walsh, 43, and Donald O'Brien, 44, will be promoted to the championship, or we'll say the Underdogs League. Things. So it's pretty, and the only game week you need to decide league rankings is to game week 38 every season. All you do is I'll just have to have a spreadsheet where I have the four leagues there, maybe five because we might have over 80 players. If some of the guys don't enroll, then that's fine. The league just stays as is. The snapshot happened at third game week 38. Next season, if people don't enter it, then you could have it's only 17 teams in the Strays League. Fair enough. You might have only like 15 in the Underdogs League. But that we're still going to have enough to have a promotion and a relegation from that league. And what I probably do is instead of five promoted in the Strays League, I'll promote 10 up into the it's basically going by an overall point total. So I'll promote 10 to get my 20 back. That's just the way it'll work. It's pretty simple. It's not complicated, and it'd be a bit of fun because all of you then could tell me what league. Well, I came all the way from the Dog Tag League, which is 60 to 80. I think is a 60 to 80, 40 to 60. No, Dog Tag League. Dog Tag League would be 80 to 100, and the Puppies League, after the Strays, will be like 60 to 80. So I came all this. So that basically, we're saying now, just hypothetically, we have Kevin Kilbride, and we know he's a very good player. He's had some great runs. He's called the Guru Killer for a reason. And he's 9.99999 million in all the world out of 13.5 million players. It's still not a bad because he's still got a lot behind him. But it's been a dead team. But that'd be like him in the Dog Tag League winning the Christy Nicholson next season. And he can do it because it doesn't matter what league you're in. The league is totally independent to the Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League. It's totally independent, guys. This is only like, bloody hell. He was a dog tag last year. He's won it, and he's won it this year. You mean because it just kind of show the winner of the Christy Nick has come from such a position last season. But it looks like, if you look at the league positions here, that the winner of the Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League, it's going to come always from the Top Dogs League. So in theory, you will want to be always in the top 20 in the league, because generally you're going to have all that form and you're a good player. All these guys aren't going away. Joey Neenan, Connor Freely, they've been playing too long. These guys are very, very difficult. And I'm pretty proud of the way everything's worked out here. We've got a great league, great community around this part of Western, they will say Connacht, because we've got a great diaspora from all abroad, yourself. So mainly looking down throughout the league, it's 39s, 40s, 38s. There's a bit of activity by Niall Richardson. He's made the plus 12. He's 28th, 1.9 million. He's got 3 chips and tax, so he'll fly up as well. He'll probably get to the stage where he'll out total me soon enough anyway. Why not? Like, plus 12 on his transfers. You went for Xavi and McGinn and Milenkovic. Kind of worked. Milenkovic came in with the clean sheet against Sunderland, so not bad. It's okay, and there's a bit of activity. That's all I'm saying. Down this, the 34th onwards, there's not much activity. Pedro Parra comes in for Sajendra in 37th. There's, there's a free hit here and there. One from Derek Kilkenny and Donal. Donny O'Brien's on a free hit now, down in 3.45 million, which is shocking stuff. It's not him at all, this position. 34 points, very, very good. He's still got a triple captain to go. So still plugging away, and he'll finish the season, in good fashion, in earnest fashion. Anyway, he just like I just don't like the concept of people just saying, "No, that's it." Well, try and get 2 million. Just get that rank down, man, please. Gibbs Wright, very good call, but he went for Watkins in the captaincy, so he has Pedro Porro, Virgil Gabriel. It's a good free hit. Zassi was an interesting outside. Verts was good. That was a good call. Yeah, Verts, I think he did score the goal. Salah, he was a good wild card. It should have it done really, really well. Or sorry, good free hit. It done really well. 74. It's absolutely spectacular. Brilliant to have Gibbs White in there. Well done. So there's a lot of gut and good process there by Donny this game week in the free hit, but it's just like to do it throughout the whole season, and that's why I'm saying it. You might as well offload all this bull and stress and palaver to an influencer, and until they start looking for money for deadline stream and their knee jerk stream. Anyway, good stuff, Donio, Silverman's O'Brien. There's a little bit more. Always something with Keith Robinson. Love, love. 47, okay, fair enough. Mukiele came in -2, so but at least is flicking about and he's got that rank down big. He was 7 million not so long ago, guys. He's a top 50 player, and he should be safe from going into the Puppies League. At the moment, he's a stray in the 50th place. Should he stay there? 61, 1761, going down to 60th, 1761. Yeah, he's definitely he'll be staying where he is. He could be getting. Could he get promoted? No, 50th. He'll stay. Stay in the Strays League. So yeah, that's where I made 24s from Brian Kilban. There's 16s, 36s, 43s, Dylan Lines. There's not much activity all the way down here from 50th really from Keith Robinson really. He's making strides and trying to do things, and he's getting green arrows. Yeah, Cyril Collins has had a crack there, 40 points. He's done a bit. He's another one. There's a bit of activity there, and Brent Barry in 52nd. But coming down there, there's nothing going on. John Kelly's got all his chips left. Well, he's got bench boost, triple captain, a free hit left, and nothing gone. He won't be using all his chips. He's tuned out for the season. All these are more or less tuned out, and none of them use any chips. Sean Gilday's used no chips. He's given up the ghost, 5.5 million. He's had Mbeumo captain since game week 14. And there you go. It's just like Sean Sniper he was telling me like last summer when we were at the Ballyhaunis Summer Festival, I'm gonna do really well. But ever since he went to Liverpool and done that back, he's just not he's concentrating on getting better, and he's looked after his own health, and he's probably in a better position as a man than he would have been playing this, doing well, and having a nervous breakdown after game week 20. So who was the real winner? Connor Hussey, obviously with the Roscommon lads. I've got the Roscommon hat out for you here. Uh, the Primrose and Blue. After as a mailman, I'm completely disillusioned and gutted. I'm not going to rant much more because in Mayo we're used to the House of Pain, and we'll give it another crack again. The guys will go out. I don't know what the format is. I don't know if they go into a league. I don't know if there is a playoff. I don't know if it all went back to a round robin thing where you had to win 4 round robins to get to the quarters or something stupid. No idea. No, there's no information. I don't think many of us will be holding their breath now about what Mayo do anymore. Like if you're not beating Roscommon on your home pitch No, I had to look at the highlights, but the attendance was absolutely appalling. And this time of the year in April, I can see why, because most people are looking to save their holidays from abroad. A lot of us come back home, you know, have a week in May, a couple of weeks off in June or July, take your pick, have another week off, maybe September, then you got Christmas around the corner and you want to have a couple of weeks off there. So April's always a very bad month, and it's just people aren't getting home. And it's just like this compressed championship where there's like when the league was on, I didn't realize the whole thing was over in a month. I thought it would go on for another 6 or 7 weeks, and I still don't know who won the league, the football league. Um, no idea with the hurling. That's an indictment on me. I should know this stuff, but you're over here in London, and it's just there's no information, and you let things go, and you're just sidetracked by other things. Um, and yeah, it's just I'm kind of lost with all the GA thing now. I don't recognize it from when I was growing up, when we just had the four provinces. Everything was clear cut. There was plenty of time within the games for amateurs to rest. 3 weeks off generally, always, a lot of the time. And it's just taking a massive toll on the inter-county players across the whole of the country. I don't know about the hurling stuff because there's only like half the counties in Ireland take hurling series, and all of them that are any good are in Munster, apart from Galway, who play or from Connacht, but there's no one at any sort of level to have a Connacht championship. We have to have intermediate and juniors. They're over in Leinster now, which I give up with the whole thing. It's complete, and they're going to let this all go. The GAA, there has to be promotion of the game. There has to be some sort of influence where you can get into, um, you know, Connacht or the GAA should be taking a responsibility in Connacht hurling and bring people in. Okay, you have to bring a payment system in, but what are Sky doing? Where's all that money going? And now with the TV and the whole lot, like nobody's going to games anymore. And people just pay on the app of the GA now. I don't know what it is, but you know what I mean. It's really, I don't see any identity at all to the guy when I was growing up, and the sort of hullabaloo. Everyone that was anybody was at the game. You had to go to the game to actually. You couldn't sit there by the radio. I know I used to cycle to the games. I cycled to Galway, Salt Hill several times. People we'd win the game there, and cycling way home was easy to tune with the wind behind you. All the way back, oh, there was a great, and the lads tooting and the beeping the horns, outside Tuam and is booking you out. Oh my God, and that first pint coming back to Ballyhaunis, man. Well, they were amazing days, and it's just like as a Gen Xer, I've seen all this stuff, and they're all dead. Those days are dead now. Streaming's here, internet's here. You can't stop technology. I'm not a technophobe. I have all the tech. I love the tech. Well, I think it's just maybe I've been able to adapt. I know that's another side rant off the whole thing, and I've completely don't know why I went on that rant, but it's just I was just looking at Connor Hussey and the Roscommon thing. And we won't be bitter, but no offense, guys. Mayo, you have to be beating Roscommon at home, and you know it, and my God. But like, yeah, just saying, they were a difficult team to beat back then. When I was in the short pants, as would say. Roscommon are always difficult. Galway under John O'Mahony were just, enormous. In the days when we had John, the Mayo. Always kind of pushing in there of winning the championship, but not quite getting there. So there you go. That's a shout out for Roscommon, all you guys out there, and James Crane as well. Yeah, and the Rossies as well. You know who you are. Christy Nicholson himself, the proud. Well, his name is given to the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League. because he owned the pub there. It's gone. It's closed down now. The license has been sold and it's a private dwelling now. And always miss. I just wish I had more footage. I probably have footage of being in the pub. I must have videos. Um, I don't know. It's just it's in the head anyway, and we had amazing days. But yeah, he'll be celebrating. There's the strong Roscommon cohort in Ballyhaunis. Don't worry on that border. So that's it, kind of now. Really, I could go into the Sun Dream team, but most of you don't play that, and I'm pretty happy with the whole thing. I'm up to third now in the work league. I had four Forest. I had Gibbs White, Elliot Anderson. I had Nico Williams, and I think I had Isus or Jesus. Okay, so I love that. Done really well. More games to play tonight. There's Bayern. I think Bayern are away to PSG. So that should be a cracker. Enjoy the game tonight. And I've got a few more. I've got Nottingham Forest to play Villa. Um, so it's just all of them. And I got Gabriel and Rea against Atletico Madrid. So yeah, it's good. I like this game more. I'm just naturally a very, very good player at this one. 14,000 in the world. I think there's about 600,000 players in this. So it's a very good, it's not a bad rank. I normally finish inside the top 10K, so I think I'll get there. But in the work league, still Wayne, the boss there, he's ahead and he's looking very strong. But we're nipping back. He nearly had a 200 point lead in all of us, but I'm just thinking if I can clip him, I've already clipped him back to less than 150. All right. So I think if I can get under the 100 and you know a couple of game weeks to go, it's a long call. I really want to be getting that total down next week to 100 and maybe just if I can get within 50. But it's all ifs and buts. Seriously, some people when they want to try and win things, they tighten up and they don't pick what they were picking all season. It's just trying to kind of get guys in to neuter the guys behind you. But what we're doing is we're getting guys that you're not, we're taking more of a chance. And it's very hard to cover certain people like me who do that sort of thing. Um, so yeah, all good in love and war with this. Um, I haven't made any subs yet. Uh, in this game, you get 2 subs per game week. And it makes sense because you've got a double game week every week in the Sun Dream team. You need to have 2 free transfers. So that's it anyway, guys. It was a lot longer than I thought anyway, I have to admit. And what else have we got in news? Yeah, it looks like John Stones will be leaving Man City. Fair enough. This Rangers have more of a chance of winning the SPL than Celtic. I don't buy that at all. I know that's coming from Sutton, but I still holding out hope that Celtic can win the whole thing because they have a lot of hearts, I think, in Rangers at home still anyway. Um, I would not have any sort of happiness at all, Hearts winning it. I just would feel as a with Rangers in there as a Celtic. I think it's just a lost opportunity by Celtic and O'Neill if they fail at this level. So it has been a very frustrating. Just really holding out hope Celtic can get it over the line and just find a way. I think they can. I'm sure Martin O'Neill can find a way to get through this season. Then we'll worry about next season. Next season, just get this feckin' title done. Why a visit of Newcastle Stadium is being talked about? Okay, yeah. Eddie Howe is under pressure, and apparently, like Newcastle aren't completely out of the relegation race. Believe it or not, they still need a win from somewhere. And yeah, this can leave it. Tottenham messed up. Spurs win at last, but is it too late? Okay. Thanks, guys. That's all I got for you, Roisin. Yeah, and rest the voice and recover. Oh, from this pollen thing, man. Yeah, so a lot of ranting in this episode. Look, um, yeah, I'm quite. I'm very apathetic to the whole thing now. Anyway, I got so many other outside interests, and I've got the my Calvin Louise hoodie, wearing my Calvin Louise hoodie from the other day. Music is 100% where I'm at, really, because you just realize that sport just win, lose, or draw. There's just so many. Oh, it makes the winning even great, doesn't it? But no, I want to win every time. And when I go to a gig, I win every time. No, I'm going to cut them down a lot now this year, of course, but we'll see that when I believe that, I suppose. And yeah, I'll keep these things going because I do like having keeping the Christy Nicholson Pub thing alive, and you guys in our community, you know who you are. You know you're the top dogs. Um, the standard is just unrecognizable from years gone by. Seriously, the last 5 years since COVID, it's just took another level. So, lads, best of luck to you all now going for the win in the Christie, and you will have some more fun next season. And yeah, go out. Take care, guys. Look after yourselves. Enjoy the football. And up me all.